All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is game number 3, our final game of the night here between these two teams, Leviathan versus Evil Geniuses in this third game. Here we go. Again, this is it. The first game, of course, going to Evil Geniuses. Definitely a pretty solid performance from them, almost dominating, you could say, after the landing phase at least. Leviathan, though, in the second game, really gave it back right to them. And now here we are in a third game as a result of that. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Trouf once again. Trouf, you know, you're talking about a little bit of the draft right there, an outdraft of sorts perhaps, but we're going to see now how the adjustments are made. And Leviathan making a point right off the bat, first off, to ban Spearbreaker, despite having first pick, but they end up with a Venomancer instead. So that's what I'm noticing here.
I thought for some reason that they were second pick, and I was like, wow, that takes a lot of restraint to have so much success on that hero, and then have to ban it because you fear it so much that they're going to take it first overall. But then I realized, yeah, their first pick. So that seems very interesting to me. Ooh, they pick a Bounty Hunter too, which is typically a hero not good against Spearbreaker, but with that being banned, it's going to be a bit stronger. So we'll see. We will see. Bounty Hunter Puck. Opening here for Evil Geniuses. Good thing about Puck is you can put it off lane or mid. And response here for Night Stalker. They had good, even though they lost with it game 1, Newsham had good success with it. So
yeah, it's hard to go against a Night Stalker. Yeah, no, the hero's just a good hero. Don't overthink it. Puck on the other side, you mentioned not only that, but he'll even support. We obviously saw the crit support Puck a couple of times at TI there. So it's been a little bit, but that's got to be in the back of your mind if you're Leviathan, I'm sure. But yeah, value of the Bounty Hunter. That's what's really curious to me. That like the chances that hero would be banned is, I would think, not a lot. But at the same time, if you don't want to give too much away with your draft in other places, I guess. So EG just feels confident picking it up here. And I know Crit loves playing this hero. Do you think it's too early? Is what I'm getting at.
It may be. I think you have a good point in the fact that I don't think Leviathan were planning on banning that out. When you pick up a hero like Bounty Hunter that has so many counters, it's a little bit iffy picking up this early. I mean, already Night Stalker is somewhat of a good counter because you can have extra vision at night. If you dust him, he's very susceptible to just being killed. I don't know, but like you said, I think the biggest reason they probably picked is they don't want to telegraph much more of their draft.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Also, of course, Spearbreaker being banned, it opens up those invis heroes a bit. So
yeah. All right, the bans to follow.
10 seconds remaining.
We got Visage banned by Leviathan, Bloodseeker, as well as Abaddon, taken away from Evil Geniuses. So a little bit of respect from the last game there, with the Abaddon ban at least.
Yeah, Visage is a hero that Arteezy really likes to play, particularly when he has Bounty Hunter. Gives him extra vision, gives him extra gold with track kills, and just helps out his lane. And of course, gives him extra movement speed too. So it's just something that people have seen maybe in FPL. He's been picking Bounty Hunter with Visage a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Fear is the one drafting, but I'm sure that he has a say in what goes on and what he plays. So just smart draft here and smart bans coming out from BSJ. They ban out the Anti-Mage here as their last second phase ban, as the Abaddon here is banned out from Evil Geniuses.
I'm keeping an eye on Phantom Lancer for Team Leviathan. I know BSJ loves playing that hero, and we saw it a couple of times in the series yesterday against VGJ Storm there. So wondering if that's going to be on the docket or not for them. But for now, Evil Geniuses has the third pick. Figure out where they want to go. And it's going to be Disruptor coming out. So they get their 5 support. Disruptor always a solid pick, I feel like.
I'm a little worried for them. There's not a lot of other options to pick as their 5 when they have a Bounty Hunter. They want to make sure they pick something that's strong enough with whatever safe lane they want that can hold their own in a 2v2 situation with Bounty Hunter roaming around. And there's not a lot of other heroes that are just good at everything. I mean, Disruptor has good team fight, has decent spells, not the weakest in lane, although not the strongest either. There's other options, maybe like a Dazzle. Rubik seems a little bit too weak. So there's just not a lot of options. Disruptor kind of just fills that bill in total. But we'll see. Like again, it's not the strongest laner either, so they have to make sure that their safe lane hero is something that is quite strong. So we've seen them pick Clinks a lot, which is
Oh,
could be
yeah.
paired nicely with Disruptor, maybe a Sven if it's not banned out,
Turn to pick.
because you are looking at a potential Venomancer Nightstalker off lane, or maybe Venomancer Jakiro off lane, or regardless, the three heroes that the Team Leviathan have right now. Very strong in lane. This is similar to what we saw in game 1, where they have very strong lanes. And again, we go back to now, how's their initiations? Kind of lacking.
True.
So we'll see if they can remedy that problem from game 1 to game 3.
5
If they had some time
remaining.
to think about that, because they are up against a puck, and they do lack initiation right now.
Yeah, Puck, I mean, disrupting itself with a kinetic field static storm could be annoying there. So, yeah, no, that is a really good point, though. And you figure they still need their mid, maybe their off lane here as well, solo of sorts. So, see what they come up with. But for Evil Geniuses, their fourth pick, needing that sturdy, safe laner. You mentioned the idea of Clinks. I mean, Clinks would be interesting, especially where you do already have a bounty hunter, so you got the double invis going on. Really brings the value up of the dust and sentries, but they're actually going to go Underlord themselves here. So the Universe Underlord.
Yeah, they really want that deep push, and what better hero than an Underlord? Not to mention deep push plus a hero that naturally goes for things like mech and pipe. And you're definitely going to need both of those against these three heroes so far. I'm wondering if Team Leviathan throw a curveball and do like a core Jakiro, and then as their 5 support, pick up something like a Rasta, which will fill that gap of we don't have initiation. Because if you did something like that, you're going to have very strong push early on, which means you're getting tower gold early on. And when you get tower gold early on for a hero like Rasta, who doesn't farm well, then you're able to get something like a Blink that would be very, very good for initiation. So they have two options right now. Do they just play a more standard game and pick something else for their other cores, or do they go for the Sekiro core, which we've seen from other teams, and then pick up, I don't know, some other kind of initiation hero? Because right now their supports don't initiate well at all. Jakiro, if we're assuming Jakiro is a support, so if they picked up something like a Lion or a Rasta, then that would improve their lineup in terms of initiation. So right now is where we see what kind of direction they go. And it is going to be not an initiation direction. They're going for brute force, get our items, run down a lane. So they need to be careful of any kind of split push shenanigans. Right now, to be fair, Evil Geniuses doesn't have the best split push. They have a puck and sort of an Underlord, but we'll see what their last pick is. There is no anti-mage option. There could maybe be a Sven, which maybe Team Leviathan might want to ban out. But yeah, Leviathan's all brute force push right now.
And Dragonite standing out to me right here for Leviathan. That or maybe a Death Prophet are the two that
I
come
like
to mind.
Dragonite. Okay. I like Dragonite a lot.
He takes care of initiation, if anything. He can kind of
absolutely
fill that gap. So that's perhaps a ban for EG right here that they're thinking about. Again, Death Prophet not as initiation heavy, but could still fill the role of the brute force. Let's just run at you. Team fight ready, do objectives. They want that direction, but this is a tough ban here for EG, and understandably they are using the time. And then, yeah, you think about what they need still themselves, as you're getting at with that that final pick. Is maybe, I'm trying to think. I brought up the Lifestealer earlier in the series, I think. What about Lifestealer for EG here? Will that be a good final pick?
It's kind of iffy against Veno. Like a Gale will still slow him. It doesn't really do a lot to Omni because you could just heal, repel the hero that goes on, or even ultimate. It doesn't really provide much damage as a hero.
So it's awful.
It's not awful, but I think there's better candidates.
Maybe a diffusal carry. Something to keep in mind too.
Well, you can't diffuse I guess you can diffuse the ultimate.
The
right?
Guardian Angel, yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I mean, you do have an Infest Bomb with Puck, but that's the only one. We'll see though. But I did like your suggestion of the DK. I think that clears up some initiation problems that they might have. It still synergizes with this sort of push lineup they have. It actually lanes well against the Puck, and it doesn't really get ganked that easily against the Bounty Hunter, especially considering he might have help from Nightstalker. Dusham seems to be helping mid a lot lately in these last 2 games, so we'll see. But again, they are lacking initiation, and we'll see if Evil Geniuses exploits that yet again in Game 3 with their last pick.
Yeah, you got to think Leviathan is thinking about that first game of some sort and how that was so lacking for them. And they go in Ursa, so he jumps in and slows them. Doesn't stun them
Yeah,
up for the team necessarily, but kind of fills the role.
I think this is specifically a laning counter to Underlord. They want to put
10
this
seconds
Ursa against an
remaining.
Underlord. Similar to how a Monkey King works well against an Underlord. Just auto attacks just
5 seconds
kind of stack
remaining.
up against him, and then he can't really do anything. And you don't really usually level pit early on, so you can't stop them from going on you. But it's not the hard initiation onto a puck. It's
Choose
going to
your
be an
hero.
arc ward in this game. Talk about split push. I mean, we
Yeah.
said the counter to this kind of brute force lineup is split push. What better split push hero than Arc Ward? And I really like this final pick from EG.
He's the king of it, and Arteezy going to get his hands on it. So the Arc Warden to finish it off. So if you're Leviathan here, this is a game. Not, I hate setting like a hard deadline by any means, but it feels like, by 25, 30 minutes, if they don't have a lead of sorts, then it's not going to be looking good for them. They want that early
No,
aggression in the objectives.
it's going to look disastrous. And the one thing I fear with a team like Leviathan that might not be as experienced as Evil Genius, well, not even might not, they aren't as experienced as Evil Geniuses, that
10 seconds remaining.
these teams tend to do well in the laning phase, but once it gets into the later stages of the game, they just kind of crumble, especially against split push. Like, do we back? Do we go? Oh, let's just go. And they kind of start second guessing themselves. They don't know quite what to do. And you'll see that. You'll see that kind of indecision where one person will back. Well, shoot, we didn't all back together. Oh, no, I'm getting gone on because they're just the experienced teams really play split pushing well. And when you don't have initiation to catch them from split pushing, it can be a little bit dicey.
Yeah.
And it is going to be. It looks like it's going to be Ursa mid against the puck. So they're not laning the Ursa against the Pit Lord. They're going to lane the Venno against the Pit Lord, which is still fine. Which is still a good matchup for whoever's going against the Pit Lord. But yeah, we'll see. They really need to snowball. That's for sure.
Sammy Boy had a hell of a game last game on that Storm Spirit. We'll see if he can do so again on the Ursa. That's what Leviathan's hoping for at least. But the Arteezy Arc Warden again coming out for Evil Geniuses with their final pick. A hero that finds a space, and before you know it, he gets crazy farmed, and you have trouble killing that Tempest double even, let alone the actual hero itself. So, are they gonna? I was gonna say, are they gonna run an aggressive dual lane perhaps? Omni Knight and Night Stalker so far lining up down here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we're going to see some weird lanes coming out from both teams. We're going to see roaming from Bounty Hunter. We're going to see possible switch ups. They don't want to pit up this Pit Lord against the Venno, but it looks like that's how they're going to start. And as you can see, he's already bought his own TP scroll. Like maybe they're anticipating Leviathan. This is where mind games really comes into play. They're like, all right, they're going to go aggro. Because they want us to have the Pit Lord matchup, or they want us to have the Venno matchup against the Pit Lord. So we're going to go regular lanes thinking that they're going to go weird lanes. But in case they don't, I'm going to have a TP scroll if they don't. So there's a lot of weird things happening right now.
Oh, that pause timing.
Oh, did the smoke just break?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I don't know if they're real. I mean, they have, an Omni Knight backing him up
No,
and
they don't
Jakiro
kill
with it.
him.
Yeah, they don't kill him, to be fair, but that was just so, right as it popped.
This is not the best initiation start. Although, maybe he was... I didn't really see how Arteezy's movement was, but maybe he was kind of
running at them.
Yeah.
Well, the way he's facing right now, obviously, it's facing as if he is walking away, or maybe that just happened with the pauses he just saw. I don't know, but...
I mean, maybe they could. Maybe without that pause. I mean, he does have 1 armor and 285 movement speed. He's not tanky. Well, I guess he's got good stats, but low armor, low movement speed. Maybe they could have. I don't know. But it would have been hard.
It would have been a pretty big stretch. It would have been, but... Nice. The talk is real. Are we going? I think he said they're ready. I just want to keep talking, all right. Well, Arc Warden, yeah, we'll definitely be fine here, if anything, because obviously now he has that information, so he's going to fall back here. And survive. Bounty Hunter, definitely a hero you want to get a pretty solid start on. Of course, get that level 6 with the track ASAP, and ideally start getting track kills as a result. So we'll see what kind of impact Crit is able to have here. Picks up the early Orb of Venom, of course. And is probably, as you mentioned, it might be some odd laning phases, so we'll just see how it kind of shapes up between the two
They really
teams.
don't want to pit they really don't want to put Pit against Veno and then have an aggro tri-lane on Arc. That would be just disastrous. That would be a way that Leviathan can start to snowball. So they really want to make sure the lanes are set, and they want Universe against the tri-lane, because they will lose out on all 3 lanes if not. Potentially.
Yeah. EG, they have 3 heroes down there. Crit's actually going to try to ninja the rune from them. It's not going to happen, though. Nusham picks it up, and it will be a 3-for-1 advantage for Leviathan, actually, with the bounty rune. So, solid start for them already. Coming out, a Night Stalker for now is shaping up at the bottom lane. Be the aggressive dual lane down here. Jakiro, he's walking, making his way all the way up to the top lane, most likely, but Bounty Hunter for now is going to sit in the middle lane, and Ursa is going to take some heavy harassment on the courier. No, it's fine. Just keeping it away. So he's good now. For now, it's a solo Underlord versus the Venomancer, but yeah, again, as we talked about, Jakiro is going to come up here and try to help that Venomancer out against a bottom lane. Fear being gone on with a Void, taking some damage. I don't know. I don't believe maybe the Purification hit, but not the most damage being level 1 here.
Yep. Universe taking some damage, but should be okay for now. He has a salve. I think the focus really needs to be on this mid lane for the Leviathan. This is their last pick, and you know, they're going to win one lane, win the other in terms of the safe lane and off lane. Mid lane could be a wash, but with his bounty hunter, it's going to be heavily one for Puck. I don't know how Ursa will do if he has a bad start this game, and he's already off to not a great start at all. No last hits, 7-7 for Puck. It's looking pretty grim, and the wave is going towards Puck. There's double Archer, so he's not going to get anything. Now Crit can just kind of leave because Puck can just hold his own right now. So This is very, very bad start here for Sammy Boy.
He does have 3 last hits. Come on now. Some credit.
Oh, he got a couple, okay.
But yeah, 11 and 10
we're looking
Puck.
at, yeah, and it's rising.
Yeah, it's a tough time for him. Crit heading towards the top lane, as you mentioned. Maybe going to try to help out the Underlord a little bit up here, and also Jakiro's not careful. Could be caught off guard, although Underlords usually wouldn't level up that Pit of Malice this early on in the game, so not going to be bringing much crowd control there to the party necessarily. But yeah, Sumail's on a mission to dominate this lane, and boy is he dominating. 17 and 10 versus 5 and 0. I don't know. I mean, does he go jungle? Like, does Ursa just give up this middle lane or what?
You can't jungle against Bounty Hunter. He's just gonna either kill you or leech to where your jungle is just so pointless. That's concerning, of course. I'm concerned with how well Universe is doing. I mean, he's basically free farming, and because the Jakiro was up here trying to help, he's now got a huge level advantage over BSJ. BSJ is level 2. Universe is double that. He's level 4 at 2 minutes. This is looking pretty bad here for Leviathan early on. Obviously, nothing's happened in terms of hero kills, but they're losing out in these lanes very hard.
Yeah.
They're pressing Arteezy, of course, but he's still got some CS, and it's against an Omni, so we'll see.
He's in a little bit of trouble here, actually. Purify comes out, but he's potential for getting first blooded, and sure enough does. Arteezy picks it up. Nusham, he should be able to walk it off and be fine, but that's the assistance of Bounty Hunter coming in and catching Omni Knight a little bit off guard. Again, these early levels, just hitting level 3, but yeah, the Purification's not the strongest. No repel, of course. Easy kill in the end for them there. So, yeah, this is, unlike the first game, going the complete opposite now, as it seems like EG all across the board. Looking very good for the laning phase right now. I mean, Arteezy, he got the kill. To be fair, he doesn't have the best CS, but it's good enough considering.
You can just tell that they're a little bit flustered already. Jakiro's walking mid to do what? Like, he walked mid level 2 to go Liquid Fire, and Puck just phase shifts it. But he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Right now he's thinking, what do I do? What do I do? I stack Ancients, but for whom? Like, no one can really take these. Maybe a Veno with wards, but that takes a long time, and that's not going to be till he hits level 7. They seem very flustered right now. It is nighttime. Maybe now it's a new level aggression to do something, but I know it's very early on, but it's actually looking very, very grim in terms of the laning stage and how. And we talked, Leviathan really need a good start.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge split push lineup here for EG, and they have no way of catching them, and their cores are not farming as well.
And, you know, the further you get behind this early on, the more desperate you may become to try to really push objectives, which could be faulty. So it's still 4.5 minutes in, so we'll continue to see how this develops here. But I'm watching Master Kenshiro, unfortunately, go to the ground. Unfortunate if you are an EG fan, of course. So, like a nice find there. So they
I see whose side you're on. All right.
Damn, it slipped out as well. EG's great though. No, but you know, there's always that underdog story of like at least to make it interesting at the very least. But yeah, right now, Evil Geniuses is just making a statement here in game number 3, no doubt.
Unfortunately, it's not interesting right now. I mean, these lanes are crushed. Double damage up on the Sumail. He actually probably could have gone for that. There's no ult up on the Ursa.
Yeah, he's level 6. He does have the Dream Coil. You're right. It's a fair amount of damage, but he's going to pop the Shrine, so for now, Ursa will be a little bit fine. It is nighttime, and Night Stalker taking advantage of that, at least trying to, going on a Fear, and they're going to get the first kill for Leviathan. They'll take some return tower damage and some auto attacks from Arc Warden, but other than that, they get off pretty easy there, getting that kill. So this is what they need to have happen, though, it feels like. New Sham, he needs to have high impact, as usually a 4 position does, but it's the first nighttime. He's already got 1 kill. We'll see what else he can do.
Leviathan at this point needs to just, like, kind of withstand this laning phase and then just find a timing and go. Like, they need to get maybe level 4 wards on BSJ and just park in a lane and just do, like, they need to do something drastic when they hit some sort of timing. When that timing is, that's decided by them. Whether it's level 4 wards for Veno, whether it's a smoke gank to go, or not smoke gank, but a smoke play to go Roshan, they need to kind of do something and make a statement. Won't happen right now, maybe in the next 5 minutes, but we'll see.
What kind of build game is this on? Well, speaking of Omni Knight, they're trying to find Arc Warden down here.
I think this is going to be a dead Arc Warden. They can fly over with Nushim if they need to. Oh, I'm surprised he got juked, debated. I don't know what do you want to call it, but he will die, I think.
Okay, yeah. No, they're going to get him
TP
here.
in from Puck. This could be a huge exchange. 3 coil.
On 3. They already got the kill on Arc Warden, but Puck's trying to make them pay. Silenced up. So he did level up that crippling fear now. Lucifer Orb on through. Gets the kill on a Night Stalker. But now Sumail does have to be a little bit careful right here. He does have some wand charges. Not the most life, though, to work with. Jakiro's trying to find him. Phase shift, though. He's going to be able to avoid some damage, and now Jakiro stuck around a little bit too long. Trying to run him down. Maybe not. Omni Knight's here. Saved the day initially with the Purification, but that damage with the Flux applied initially gets the kill on Jakiro. And now Omni Knight on the run. Sumail wants more. Sumail, did he step a little bit too far, though? It looks like it. They turn it. Purification comes out, and I don't think he was expecting Night Stalker there as well. And now Arteezy is also in some trouble. So Leviathan turning it here at the bottom lane. Ends up being a double kill for Monkeys Forever. I mean, that's Omni Knight, though. He has that potential to kind of turn things.
Yeah, that was just an overextension. The orb that Sumail threw didn't hit. Had it hit, they could have done it, but he went in with a level 1 silence, and it just clearly wasn't enough to kill Monkeys. So an overextension, giving a chance here for Leviathan to get their setup, get their items, and get their core levels to kind of run down a lane. And the one thing that they are doing well is they're totally shutting down Arteezy. I mean, he's going to have a very, very late Midas, not getting the levels he needs. Still 1,000 gold away from that, and there's that tower gold. Okay, despite the bad start that Sammy Boy's had, he's up to maybe face boots, gets glimpsed in mid, does have an ultimate, he's going to cast it right now, go on Fear. This could be a counter kill, 1 more auto attack maybe. Couldn't find the vision, he's just going to TP out, no glimpse play here right now. Crit not able to get the shuriken, so some small things that are going well for Leviathan, but it is now daytime. Nighttime's over, so I have to wait till 12 minutes to make the next set of plays.
Yeah, good decision on Sammy Boy's part right there. Obviously, they almost got the turn kill, but realizing that they're out of their stuns, and figured it's best to TP out. Well, didn't want to take that snap either, chasing after the Disruptor. But yeah, the bottom tower being pushed in. Here's Underlord, though. Universe, it's like, remember me. He firestorms up the creep wave, going to turn it. Top lane, by the way, BSJ, that Flux is on it. Bounding on his face, gets turned, though. Once again, Omni Knight here to save the day, and now Arteezy's in trouble. No more Purification, though, to nuke him down, but getting that initial turn kill and also saving BSJ. Absolutely huge for Monkeys Forever right here.
That was pure good communication, because I was like, why is BSJ not walking next to the creep? He should walk next to the creep to counter that Arc Warden's, what is it? The
Flux.
Flux?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally never played this hero. But I was like, why is he not doing that? But he's getting message from the Omni Knight saying, stay there, I can heal you and you'll kill that bounty hunter. So just really good communication from Team Leviathan. Something you wouldn't expect from a team that's relatively new.
Yeah, no, it's Yeah, no, it definitely, typically, you definitely don't mean that as an insult by any means. It's a good point, actually. You know, being a newer team, that's going to come into play. Crit, he gets run down, and that's an easy kill on him. They find him with a dust, of course. Now, Arteezy gets a kill elsewhere. Looks like at the bottom lane finds Jakiro, so good job by them. But now Ursa. Ew, that's going to be glimpsed back in. He pops in rage, though, says, come at me, bro. Running through the trees. The creep wave is kind of chasing. Caught by the Pit of Malice. Only one tick, though. He's going to keep on going. And again, with the Omni Knight nearby, we saw what's already happened several times. You do not want to overcommit here if you're Evil Geniuses. So they are going to back it off. And no repel just yet for Omni Knight, but I wonder if he's going to get an aid. By the way, going for the Invis here. This is so risky, though, for Samel. He pops a Dream Coil right here. This is just for the Invis. Can he get the Crippling Fear off? No, he cannot. He got silenced first. Nice Waning Rift prevents the Crippling Fear. And thus, allowed to escape.
That's where you'd hope to have one value point from Monkeys for that repel. I think they definitely could have killed that puck if he did. He does have it now. He's like, damn it, should have had it. Levels it now. But no harm, no foul. Coil is down. BSJ in a little bit of trouble. There is an Invis crit right on top of him.
Yeah,
taking some damage.
Where's the Omni Knight port? I'm waiting for it. No, it's not coming, actually. But you know what? He didn't need it. He just walks it off, actually. Pit of Malice just only locking him down the one time.
Omni spams heal on Sammy Boy, gets the creep wave down, and this is going to be the second tower here for Team Leviathan. So, despite the kind of scary mishaps that happened in the laning phase, they're bringing it back, and they're playing with a purpose. They look pretty good right now. A crit's under-leveled, unfortunately, only level 4.5. Here, Darkness up. Nusham trying to find this Arteezy. Does have another Void to stop this potential TP out, and I think Arteezy's dead.
Well, that's that repel now, the 1 point put in it from Omni Knight here, and yep, sure enough, do get the kill, and Nusham going to be able to run away with those phase boots. So, you know what? We talked about the first nighttime especially, how important it was going to be. He did a pretty good job, and now especially the second nighttime, oh, I guess this is more darkness, but obviously continuing to now do very good, and that Night Stalker's got some decent farm here. Now, similar to last game, you do look at the overall network. Despite this pace feeling pretty good for Leviathan, you've still got the top two farmers belonging on EG's side in both the Puck as well as the Underlord. Arc Warden is struggling, as you're getting at. He does have the Hand of Midas, though, and this is now a chance to, of course, start recovering, if anything, here. But Leviathan, they just got to keep going, right? Like, they really can't stop this pace. They just got to keep pushing objectives, it feels like.
I think the next one needs to be Roche. They need to push out lanes, and they need to smoke for Roche. They're actually pinging out bottom tower. And as you were mentioning, yeah, it was basically an extended nighttime because of darkness, but, I mean, they got, like, I think 2, maybe 3 kills during daytime and didn't lose much else after that. So, very successful daytime. I mean, the successful daytimes are almost more important than nighttimes because you're assumed, like, it's assumed you're going to have a good nighttime, but the daytime's going to be kind of disastrous. But they actually had a better daytime. And now it's nighttime for another 4 minutes. So bottom tier 2 is being taken out. All their towers are up and actually quite healthy. Except maybe mid's taking a little bit of damage. But yeah, this is going to be the Blink Dagger, I think, on a Sammy Boy after this tower. Monkey's Forever gets the last hit.
Nusham, by the way, running down crit. He runs into Underlord. Though as well, the voice not enough damage. Nusham really wants this kill. It's going to come at a cost, though. Static Storm put down. Maybe not. He's turning around. No, runs into the Pit of Malice. He does go down. Samel comes in to clean up. So Cray doing a good job, just barely surviving. More so the team support coming in. But now Ursa's running in. They're going to go for the kill in Universe before he can Dark Rift out. And it takes forever, man, at level 1 especially. It's a 6-second channel. No chance he was getting out of there as soon as Ursa jumps him. So they get the turn. Samel is just going to push the creep wave behind them with that Arcane Rune and go another direction. But here we go, Roshan. That's an Ursa for you.
Yep, and his Blink Dagger, I assume, is being flown out. Yep, it is, along with a helm for the Veil for BSJ. Good set of items here to be fighting with. No Disruptor ulti. There is a Coil and an Arcane Rune up on the Puck. So they do have to be a little bit wary of that.
Oh.
Dire scan out. Yep, they know that crit's around. He's still level 4, man. It's 14 minutes. No bueno.
Yeah,
no bueno.
It's been a tough game for him. He's lucky that the Sentry War wasn't placed down just before either. But the silence, by the way, on a Puck right here from Nusham. In the back lines, Crit still hunting around. There's the Pit of Malice, so they get the kill. The Aegis is picked up by Sammy Boy. They lose Night Stalker here. But it looks like that might be it. Ursa trying to catch up to somebody. Don't think Underlord's going to be that target, though. Yeah, he'll even get glimpsed back. And sent away. So they lose one out of it, but getting the Roshan kill still got to feel good for Leviathan, of course. And the Aegis, you mentioned the Blink, and we even saw right there. Picked up 2. What about, so I actually wanted to bring this up earlier, though, with stuff keep happening. But Omni Knight got the Arcane Boots. Now he has a Hand of Midas pickup. What do you expect to see on him this game? Is this like a utility, like a full Guardian Greaves, or what?
I think we're definitely going to see a Guardian Greaves. I'm only saying that because he just put that in his inventory. But
Okay.
so I'm cheating a bit.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to go Radiance, actually, similar to the Abaddon build. And considering they don't have, like... Oh, Killing Spree, Sammy Boy, where are you?
I
Totally
caught him
missed it.
over here. No, I got on the camera at least. I mean, Arc Warden, he put the bubbles down with the Tempest double. He's tried to live, but Ursa did a good job running inside with him. Says, all right, I'll fight in here. Couldn't get away.
All right. Well, his Midas is off cooldown too, which is sad times. Grant would not be happy.
Oh, boy. So
They're getting objectives breaking, and they're doing it really well. They
Yeah.
have tons of farm on Monkeys Forever. Well, how many towers? 1, 2, 3 down. This will be a 4th. They could even keep going. They have an Aegis. Sammy Boy is doing very well despite the horrible start and laning phase. And Crit's still not level 6. He's trying to leech it here, but this is going to be super late. He might even try to get a kill and kill his Aegis on Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy is very, very low, and I don't think he knows Crit's here.
God,
Be
it's-
close. Of course, he could just ult, but...
I was going to say it's an Ursa. That's always feels so dangerous to try to man-fight an Ursa. I don't care how low he is, but he's
got no dust, so Crit's not in the danger, I don't think, to die, but I don't think he might not be able to pop this. His damage from the Shuriken is just not enough.
Good
He's
decision
just
there.
trying to lead for 6. Oh, he is going to try. Yeah, there's the ult popped.
Okay, so at least he gets the enrage.
Yeah, but
Little
oh well,
something.
low cooldown, he doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, got level 6, or no, he doesn't get level 6. He's trying to still. He should be able to hear. So we'll finally have track, but you know, track it's one thing. Now you need to actually
there is
get
a Night
kills with
Stalker
them.
running down with the double damage and dust and darkness ready. He might he does get level 6, but I think this is going to be
Middle lane action, by the way. I'm watching this right here. Monkeys Forever is going to live throughout all of that. Now Arteezy, can he port out in time? Yes, he can. At least he gets out. Crit does end up dying, by the way. That's what you're talking about with Nushan running down there.
guys in the fountain.
Oh, he did. You're right. Wow.
Oh god, the extra damage from Jakiro.
Wow.
The dot damage from Jakiro and the Venomancer are able to take him out in the fountain. Feels friggin' bad, man. As they get a kill onto Crit in the meantime. Now they're all walking towards mid. Aegis in hand. Basher as well. Things are looking pretty good for Leviathan.
Well,
And the fact that they're able to bounce back from that laning stage. Oh, Arteezy's not able to find any room, man.
No.
He's not able to split push. He's not able to get online. That Maelstrom is so close. Has it in like 400 gold or so. 500 gold.
Ooh,
But even then, he doesn't have bots. He can't split the map. That's Universe and Sumail, but Sumail needs to stay back and fight. No coil up for 15 either.
yeah, that was a Static Storm committed last fight, by the way. It's not going to be up for another 25 seconds. I mean, they got Omni Knight, almost killed him, but again, as Omni Knight does, he stays alive. He heals on up, and then that's where the turn happened in that middle lane. And now this middle tower, it's definitely falling. They cannot get the deny. And BSJ on the Venomancer, credit for it. You mentioned Universe continuing to do a split push thing, as he does at the top lane right there. At least get some pressure on the secondary tower up here before having to fall back into the jungle. And now he's actually just going to TP as Ursa was running at him. Actually, you see that track being applied.
This is one of the. This is why you typically don't want, like as you were mentioning, why would we pick up Bounty Hunter so early when it's probably not going to get banned? And you're seeing the result of picking up a hero like this so early because there's so many ways to deal with him. One is you get extra vision or some way to gank him like a Spirit Breaker. That was banned. So the other option is you brute force. When you're all set up as 5, Bounty Hunter is useless. He has no team fight abilities. Track is not really a team fight ability, and hell, he didn't even have track until 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's just, he has no, it feels bad, man, if you're this Bounty Hunter. There's really no way you can kind of feel like you can get back into the game. Yes, there's track, but man, you just don't offer anything in these team fights.
Omni Knight, he doesn't have a Guardian Greaves yet, but he has the Arcane Boots and the mech, which is just great in itself as we're 19 minutes. I mean, this Omni Knight's, he was top net worth there for a split second. I mean, Puck's now taking it back over, but he has had a very successful game for his team, of course, and this secondary tower top lane going to be heavily pushed in, definitely going down. You do hear the Aegis getting reclaimed onto Ursa, but obviously if you're the Radiant side, you're not really looking to take fights right now. You're the secondary towers, it's pretty much a given that those are going to fall. It's the base that matters, actually. So bottom lane, BSJ, he's trying to defend, but
He's going to. They're already TPing back to
Oh, they
the
are.
top. They know that Veno's not there. They know that they don't have Aegis. This still could be a scary fight, though. Darkness is up and ready on Nusha. He's getting silenced. He's getting hurt.
Oh, that's
Coil is used, but that's going to be wasted, I think.
Yeah, 4-man Dream Coil. There's a Guardian Angel in response, and now the turn puck gets bashed up initially. The ice path is down. That phase shift is going to last long enough. No, it does. Yes, it does, actually. It does get out. I thought I got trapped for a second. And they kill Night Stalker elsewhere. Omni Knight's going to heal up with the mech. He does have a purification as soon as he gets out of the silence. Then puck is found. Sammy Boy finds him, hugs him to death, gets that kill. The stun on the crit now, as well as the dust comes out. And Bounty Hunter will also fall in the end. Monkeys forever. Doing a good job keeping his team alive. And remember, they're doing this all without the Venomancer, who's split push in the bottom lane. So the thing I said there at the beginning of that trough was that they're just going to give up secondary towers, which makes sense, but they didn't want to. They wanted to defend, and it backfired.
Well, they're trying to take advantage of the fact they didn't have their Veno, but again, this Bounty Hunter is not really much of a hero in team fights. And a really nice free ice path. There was no stun on the Bounty Hunter. He wasn't slowed. It was just an open ice path onto him, stopped him. They had dust. So nicely positioned there from Master Kenshiro. And they're totally okay with that Aegis going, because now the next time Roshan spawns, it's going to be nighttime. In fact, it is nighttime right now for quite some time. So hopefully they get a fast spawn and they're able to do something with the next Rosh. Next Rosh is Cheese, by the way. And boy, does this team use Cheese well. My God, look at the net worth now. It's 6K in lead, or 6K favored here for Team Leviathan.
Yeah, it's been
I think they did get one track kill. I'm not sure if Nushin was tracked. I'm assuming he was, because he died and it took a long time for him to die.
Yeah.
But finally, Arc Boots up here for crit. He's able to use a little bit more spells, a little more tracks with a higher mana pool. But boy, typically this is where you want to see like Arcane Boots mech onto a bounty. But he's just so underfarmed.
Yeah, I see. He's just continuing to play the recovery game here. The Arcane Boots, he might just go pick them up right now. But bots are finished on Arc Warden. Speaking of another hero that's just simply trying to recover throughout this whole game, he does have the bots now, and that's quite a key item, because now this really brings in the whole split push for the Radiant side and pushing out the lanes, if anything, with the Tempest double here, especially. So that's that could be not game changer, but at least a step in the right direction for Evil Geniuses. Meanwhile, Ursa, though, I was wondering what he's looking for next. I mean, Diffusel's a hero. You can see this hero from time to time as well, but he's actually going to go the Desolator. Fits the objective more.
I like it. Pure damage. Just they don't even need that much lockdown. You don't need much lockdown when you're brute forcing this 5. Stuns aren't as important in those kind of lineups. That's why you typically see heroes like Veno and Jakiro thrive. You just kind of run down a lane, and Omni for that matter. So he just needs damage. Extra damage on the tower. It's going to help the Plague Wards as well when they're all amassed in that push. And forgive my ignorance, but loser of this is out, correct?
This is loser's bracket. Yes, loser is out here of these qualifiers.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
I wasn't sure. So this is a very important game for both teams, obviously. And Leviathan have a great, I can say start, but it is 23 minutes in, and their lineup, this is when their lineup is really starting to thrive. We do have bots now onto our teasing. Bots, Midas, Maelstrom, that's like the core items here for Arc Warden. So we'll see if they can turn things around. But another minute and some change after darkness for nighttime for Newsham. Things are starting to slow down, but I think they're just waiting for Roche. I think that's what Leviathan are trying to do.
Check now. He just spawned. They just checked the pit, and that awkward moment if they walk away right as it spawns. So, somebody pinged it out. Well, they're maybe just saying to check it. Spawn? Was that a what?
Was that a really fast spawn? I feel like it was.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty fast spawn, yeah. Oh, they know Puck's up here, by the way.
You need to silence him. He has no Yules. They couldn't get the silence first. He should be okay. Yeah, unfortunate.
Fly, no, not
he even uses the coil. I think they saw that, and definitely if they see Roche is up, it's going to be free. No coil. Darkness still available. No. EG is pushing the bottom lane, and they might get that tower, but obviously Roche having Aegis and Cheese, much more important.
Yeah, they have tier 1 tower at 24 minutes into the game. I don't think you're concerned whatsoever. If you're a Leviathan, you say take it. We'll gladly take Roshan in response. So yeah, Puck, no Dream Co for 40 more seconds. As you mentioned, they know that. He does have the Yules here. With that Villa Discord. The pipe pickup on Underlord, by the way, but there we go. They just picked up by Sammy Boy. She's picked up by Venomancer. And Darkness has spawned. Venomancer going to the bottom lane. Not going to be able to stop Universe from TPing out, though. So good get away from him using that force staff that he has in this game. But BSJ will now just continue to push out the bottom lane. It's a fun stat line for BSJ. 0-0-3. He's kind of just been doing his own thing a lot this game, but to be fair, he hasn't been dying, and that's good in itself. Arteezy. Oh, no. Do they have a stun Void? Yep. This is another kill.
Oh, no. That's really bad. They need to split push this while they have the Aegis and Cheese. Now, granted, it will be daytime for quite a long time. He already used Darkness. It just hit daytime, so 3 minutes until nighttime. But they might even just go. With Arteezy being dead, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to buy back with only a respawn time of 30 seconds. They might be able to pressure these lanes enough to get at least some damage on a tier 3. We'll see what they want to do. Again, it isn't nighttime for a long time. No darkness for 60. But with Arteezy being dead, this could be a big opening. And all that time, they can't really split push. It's just a puck.
Glimpse back Sammy Boy. Lotus Orb now finished on Omni-Knight, by the way. He is so ready to save anyone on this team between his skill set and his items. And for this early on, it's pretty crazy. You see the Shuriken bouncing around. There's that Lotus Orb. Sammy Boy jumps in on a fear, and he basically four-shots him right there. Nothing they can really do to stop that, especially with the Repel and the Lotus Orb on him. So they just have to accept death. Now up his Arc Warden. He's going to send in the Tempest Double. Not doing it just yet. There we go. We'll put it in now. And save a little bit of damage at least. So how long do you stay in this is for Leviathan is a question. Crit almost dies right there. The dust does come out, but he's a little bit too far. Good four staffs to save him. Of course, great at him against the Ursa right here. Ursa does have that Aegis. He is starting to get a little bit low, so will he actually fall right here? Omni-Knight going for the save. The Guardian Angel's committed for this to save the day on him, but... And actually gets a bash proc on a puck right there. The bashes are real. The buyback on Samael. They got tier 3, though. They're probably going to be happy with that. And they're resetting Glimpse. Oh, they got Glimpse back in, so they do need to defend him at least.
Oh, Pucky's
got to get a dieback! Oh, no, if Sumail dies this time, Static Storm, they want to save Sumail everything, but at what cost? He barely came alive. The face shift comes out, and he will somehow get away. In the end, he's going to have to regen, though, and this is going to be a melee Rax kill now as well. And now Crit, he's definitely dead right here. He gets silenced up, and he will end up falling for 30 seconds. But Sumail is he has to be so careful. Another kill, Disruptor. If he gets a bash proc right here once again, he yields him up in the air. Leviathan is just going absolutely cutthroat right here. Finally, the Aegis is used. But if you're Leviathan, you can't overextend your boundaries right here. EG, can they capitalize on them staying around maybe a little bit too long? They're trying, man.
Crit.
Crit is going to get hit again. The bubble's not going to save him. The force staff the other way. The Dream Coil in the backlines. Crit just about dead. He barely stays alive for now, but Sumail able to take out Jakira at least. So the fight continues. Crit did end up dying. Now it's the time to retreat, they say. Wow. What a push for Leviathan.
But heavy base damage. In fact, that's a Rax taken almost a dieback on Puck. That could have meant just the game if Puck diebacked right there. Very, very close to dying a second time. He is chasing, trying to get something desperately. They just really need anything from this fight that they can get. Only a Jakiro died. I'm not even sure if he had track on him, so even if he did, it's not that much gold. Level 1, and Gem picked up now for Jakiro, as if Bounty Hunter had already, not a bad enough time. It's going to be even worse. That's going to be there for the Night Stalker when he respawns. He'll have Solar Crest on his way. This is just getting out of control, and I don't think they can split push in time to delay the game enough. I think that death on Arteezy there right before that, he died as they got Aegis and Cheese. And that was all in daytime breaky. It is now nighttime for another 4 minutes and then some with darkness. So it's going to just get even harder.
And he actually almost has his Ags. He needs a couple more creep kills. He'll finish his Ags here on top of that. So not only is it nighttime for now, 3.5 minutes, but the Ags effect, of course, going to start kicking in. So the Vision game going to be absolutely dominated by Leviathan, or at least that's the idea. The top lane, you see EG kind of split pushing it. Sumail leading the way, but they're going to go for a bottom try now. Probably look to take the top one too, and then we'll see where they go from there. But Sammy Boy, or there's Roshan, excuse me. Yeah, there's the Yule, so he'll be fine here. Says hello though. Ain't going to defend the base, but that is a shrine kill. Number 1 at least for Leviathan. So if you're EG here, I know they're behind, 10,000 net worth deficit. It's just continue to look better and better for Leviathan. They're 29 minutes into the game, though. What's the game plan? Is it just Arc Warden? Just continue to split push, really?
If there's any hero that can kind of delay a game and split push from a 10,000 gold deficit, it's Arc Warden Puck. These heroes generally push out waves very, very safely. Arc Warden doesn't even have to be there with his regular hero. Puck is one of the most elusive heroes in the entire game to catch. And their only catch is, I guess you have now the vision extra, or the extra vision here for Nightstalk with Ags, but it's still just generally hard to kill him. If he gets silenced, he can just Yules. So that's their game plan. Just split, split, split. Put the bubble on the tower. Try to delay it as much as possible. Get them to TP back and separate, and then go for a kill.
Oh. Wow.
Crit, taking some damage.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised he lives right here. Okay, no, he does die in the end. They saw him, and again, that extra vision of Nightstalker. Crit had no clue that was coming. And
that was a very long cast range on the Void. He went for the cast range talent, as pretty much everyone does.
Okay.
And you saw it right there. That extra little bit of range got the kill.
Top lane, Puck continuing to be harassing. Split pushing the lanes. I mean, especially for a hero with no buyback, Sumail really has to be careful by doing that. But of course, that's he's very confident and doing it well right now. And he goes to Dagon. He's been doing this a lot lately. Between Puck and Queen of Pain, I've noticed he's been picking up the Dagon in a lot of these games.
It's definitely appropriate this game. Right now, they just need to somehow burst any hero down. It doesn't matter who it is. They just need to kill someone, get back, wait for his spells again, and then try to, again, catch Leviathan in a 4v5 kind of situation, get someone to TP back, pick someone off the coil, cancel TP, whatever. They just need to buy time for the lanes to be pushed and Arteezy to get online.
I'm just so used to whenever I see an Arc Warden in a game that like this later on, especially the lane's kind of being pushed at least by the Tempest double, but I feel like that just hasn't been happening, and nothing against him, of course, but because obviously that has a lot to do with how Leviathans played this game and how they just really choked them out. But yeah, really, you could just feel that EG is feeling so constricted this game, and it's going to continue right here. The repels put out the bubble to protect. He just walks inside though. He'll start beating on the tower. He is going to be blinking away just in case. They're looking to go in. Another bubble comes down. This is a Tempest double, of course. Tracks being put up on the Bounty Hunter. Very slow, methodical game, though, by Leviathan. They're fine with that in the backlines. Ursa jumps, and Underlord melts away. Not often you say that. He buys back immediately. But over here, the Tempest double doing some return damage, but not nearly enough. Glimpse. I don't know if you want to be glimpsed back there. Well, maybe they do, because actually they're getting a lot of damage. Guardian Angel is committed for this. Static Storm, no kinetic field, though. So they can just walk on out of the Dream Coil. I guess kind of keeps them in, ideally, but not really. Monkeys Forever falling back, going to heal everyone up. Jakiro was picked off in the midst of this. And now Omni Knight pulls the Lotus Orb up. Darkness comes out. Puck decides to go the other direction.
Really nicely played team fight from Leviathan. It's just extremely impressive. I mean, yeah, they lost the Jakiro, but they got the buyback on the Underlord. They can wait out for next Roshan. They're going in and then getting out. Like, they're getting the kill. They're not overextending. They're playing this very, very patiently. And from a team that's just put themselves together from, what, like a month ago?
Yeah.
This is very impressive stuff. You can tell that their team coordination is there. You can tell that their communication is there. Now, EG did hold. They didn't even lose a tower right there. So, in some ways, that is a success for them. Any way to delay the game is successful. But again, you're looking at that next Roshan again, and that's going to be where Leviathan really strike to try to take the game.
Well, there you go. Then the new spawn of Roshan. I feel like these have been back-to-back really quicker respawns, which has to favor Leviathan, of course, considering the team they have for it and with the pace of how this game's been looking. So they go right into it, right as he comes up quickly here. And they're not committing, though. They're a little bit scared. I mean, they can't see necessarily where EG is, of course. They are missing on the map, to be fair. Well, now they're showing a little bit. And, yeah, that'll be the cue to go back in. So should ultimately be a free Roshan here. EG's not going to do much to stop it. And once again, the Aegis in the Chiefs. As I say that, Bounty Hunter is coming over, kind of. Not going to get too close, though. And so, Leviathan, what do you think? Do they maybe, is there any item that they're maybe waiting for? They got a Radiance queued up on Omni Knight? Or did they just say, you know what, let's push top?
They don't need to wait. They don't want to give any chance to EG. They have the right. If anything, they wait just for nighttime. So it's 2 minutes for that. But
okay.
You don't want to idly wait. Like, they're still pushing out lanes. They're still trying to look for kills. But they're not forcing. They don't feel pressured to go right now because it is nighttime in 2 more minutes. But at the same time, you don't want to let up at all. You don't want to give Arc Warden. You don't want the lanes to be pushed out past your river, basically. Arc Warden, he bought out. There is no buyback available for Arteezy. He bought all his items. He wants as much damage as possible. So he builds a Diffusal Blade, gets some crit as well, so extra damage. They know they don't have buyback on Universe. There's no point in saving buyback for yourself.
Here we go. Trying to be a game-finishing push, perhaps, from Leviathan at least. Yeah, with the Aegis, the repels, but you see it very, very slow with it. Something got reflected right there. But the Lotus Orb applied to BSJ. Going to be wearing off. Remember, he has that pipe as well. He also has the cheese on himself. So every time they go in like this, Arc Warden doesn't have his Tempest double up currently. Another bubble's going to be coming out. Ursa jumps at the back lines on a Bounty Hunter axe. He's really deep right here. Again, another one's bouncing. Another one goes down. That is a tieback for him. Crit's going to kite around. Sammy Boy may end up falling, but with the Aegis, he's not too worried. They do get the tower kill. Samil in the midst of everyone. That's a tieback for him as well. He's dead for 80 seconds. The Guardian Angel came out. Where is Sammy Boy? Oh, he points back to the team. And now he's finishing off the objectives. The Tempest double is going to be picked up. They're doing this 3 versus 5 right now. Is EG trying? They have to try everything. The bubble goes down, saving the melee racks a little bit longer, but as soon as that goes down itself, it will be destroyed. And that's the top set of racks. We now have the mid set of racks. The thing's preventing mega creeps right now. And you still have 30 seconds for Underlord, 60 seconds for the puck.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is very likely it.
This is looking pretty grim. No 2 big cores on the sidelines for 25 seconds. Bubble to try to prevent, but they can just kind of walk in it. Master Kenshiro taking some damage, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be mega creeps. Obviously, they can defend a little bit with the Arc Warden, but do they have the motivation to even do so?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. It's Tempest Double's falling right now. This is going to be the last barracks to fall. Salmon Boy just super healthy, super ready to fight. Mega creeps, they back out. Fear needs to buy a TV scroll, apparently. And that was all in daytime, Breaky. Oh, yeah. Look, it's nighttime for another 6 minutes or so.
I can't get over just how this Omni Knight and how useful he's been. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Between the skill set with the
game.
items as well. And they call GG, you're right. That is it. I mean, it was as expected really as far as like the very end right there, you know, were they really going to try to hold? They do not. And Leviathan takes it 2 games to 1. Over EG. They're going to the loser finals. EG's knocked out here in the Star Ladder qualifiers for the NA region. Who would have thought, man? This NA region, it is competitive.
Man, schedule your coaching sessions. Get that promo code out, boys. BSJ is taking over NA Dota.
I bet he's loving that right now.
As he sends EG home with a phenomenal performance of, what did he go, 2-0,
2-0 and 8.
Didn't even die. Sammy Boy with a box score of 8-0 and 3. Obviously, I'm just highlighting the course, but everyone had a massive role in this game. I mean, Newsham played well every single game, even the game they lost. Monkeys forever. A little bit of a shaky Brood performance, but man, made up for it in the last 2 games. Who would have thought, Breaky, that Team Leviathan not only would beat VGJ, but also take Evil Geniuses out? Tier 1 team, that's 1 TI, that's placed well in pretty much every tournament that they play in.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just good games in general. I thought they just played so well.
And again, I really think this is a lot more of this scene is just so competitive right now. I know there's going to be plenty of people out there saying, you know, what's going on with EG and blah, blah, blah. I would love to see the diversity of all these teams, you know, especially in NA, where one team qualifies for Star Ladder, another for PGL, another for BTS, and so on, because I think it deserves it. Again, the competition here especially is just so good across the board on so many levels, so many different teams, and we're seeing that. So it's, you know, congratulations to Leviathan. By the way, they're going to be playing the Dire in the loser finals because Complexity did take out the Dire 2-0 in the winter finals. And so Complexity is actually in the grand finals now, awaiting to see who they play, which will be the winner of that series. So, I mean, we've been saying Leviathan may be underdogs these recent series. Going into that series, you got to think that's going to be a good series, right? Leviathan versus the Dire, winner plays Complexity. This is going to be a fun finish here.
Absolutely. I'm just really excited to see how well Leviathan are playing. It's not like they won from some... I mean, I hate the word cheese strat, but it's not that they won from any kind of cheese strat. They outplayed. Maybe they outdrafted too, but they also just outplayed EG. They played very, very well. Their team communication was just on point. They were ready with TPs when they needed to be. You could just tell. It doesn't. Obviously, you're not in their team speak or whatever, but you can just tell when a team is talking to each other and they're ready for things. They're set up and they're ready to make counterplays. And Team Leviathan did that every single game they played. And it's just really cool to see a new up-and-coming team able to take out teams like EG and VGJ or what have you.
Yeah. So again, not to overhype this, because at the same time it is just one of many qualifiers coming at you. But Obviously, Leviathan has every right to be excited. Still have work to do, though, because ultimately you need to win these qualifiers for it to really matter in the end. There's no second-place prize. There's none of that. So it's a good feeling. But to bring it back down a little bit, Leviathan now, they're going to be looking forward to playing, the Dire tomorrow, and then the winner of that, again, plays Complexity later on. So, guys, tomorrow's going to be a huge, huge day here for the Starladder event, at least, and I know for several others. But specifically Starladder, again, Leviathan versus Dire. The default time is 6 p.m. Eastern right now, which is midnight Central European time, if I'm not mistaken. And then the grand finals will be after that, what usually set to start around 9:30 p.m. Eastern or 3:30 a.m. Central European time. So, going to be a fun finish. Definitely stay tuned to this stream here for that coverage, which will be tomorrow as of right now. Again, depending on schedule changes or whatnot, but it should happen. So, Tralf, we're going to be wrapping up for today. Always a pleasure, man. Happy to have you on again. Any shout-outs, any final words from yourself?
First of all, just thanks for having me. And, it's kind of funny. We were both supposed to cast, Cold Dire?
Yeah.
And we were thinking to ourselves, obviously it would be fun to cast either match or series, but we were like, that seemed a bit, I think for everyone, it's safe to say that seemed like it was going to be a bit of a more competitive game to cast. I don't know what happened. But boy, was this competitive. I mean, this went to 3 games.
Yeah.
Every game was pretty close. Well, actually, the third game really wasn't close, although they had a great laning stage for EG. But who would have thought? That's all I can say is who would have thought?
I was a little bitter when I was told basically that, so you're going to be casting this series instead. I was like, all right, okay, it should still be a good series. I'm with you, though. It's like definitely would have liked initially to do the Complexity Dire series, but boy, am I happy as well that we got to cast this one, and that's why, it just works out sometimes. So, but again, tomorrow's going to be a fun day as well. So, once again, thanks to Tralf. As far as myself, guys, Breaking CBK, you can follow me on Twitter, my Twitch channel as well. A lot of this casting going on. More to come. The finals of this event happens tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you then. Leviathan, moving on. Defeating Evil Geniuses will face the Dire. Come tomorrow. The winner faces Complexity. We'll see you tonight, guys. Tomorrow night, see you.